where all the Sangat can get to share their beautiful Sangat and their journey. Today, we welcome Kamlesh Aunty for our reading session of blissful book, Divine Pathways. Thank you, Kamlesh Aunty, for putting together your beautiful and blessed words and thoughts in this book, Divine Pathways, under the guidance of our dear Guruji. Whatever we have read and heard till today has been so blissful. You are a truly blessed Sangat, and may all the blessings of Guruji be passed on to the Sangat. We welcome Kamlesh Aunty. Please start your reading.
Jai Guruji. Guruji ko koti koti pranam. Guruji, thank you for giving us the power and the gracious blessing to read it. How much shukrana we do to you, it is less. But our shukrana is like a pinch of salt in the dish. And your blessing is a pinch of salt to us. Because without the salt, the dish is not palatable. And so are we without your blessings. Thank you, Guruji, for giving us the opportunity. Because आपके बिना तो पत्ता भी नहीं हिल सकता. पत्ता हिलेगा तो हवा का झोंका भी आएगा. और वो झोंका प्यार आपकी ब्लेसिंग्स का झोंका है. And we are so thankful to you. So much gratitude to you. And thankful to everything in objects also in the world. We thank our bed for giving us a comfortable sleep. I thank the pillow for giving me the beautiful rest. I thank my covering of my blanket who gives me the warmth of thy blessing. And with all these blessings of yours, because Guruji, when I sleep at night, I always seek your blessings. And I always tell you, Guruji, you exhale and I inhale and I am going to sleep. That is my gratitude towards my Maharaj, who is in every breath of us. Jai Guruji. Today, how to study. Am I correct? 196 page. How to study God's wisdom every day. God, Guruji, is an ocean of wisdom, the highest and the most knowledgeable and powerful soul that exists. Because he is eternal, bodiless, and does not come into the cycle of birth and rebirth, he knows the whole drama very clearly. God shares his wisdom on earth at the end of the Kali Yuga or the Iron Age, with the help of which all the souls of the world get purified and the world gets transformed into Satyug or the Golden Age. Look at the tips of God's wisdom every day. Meditate for a few minutes before spiritual we meditate for a few minutes before listening or reading the spiritual wisdom, our thoughts slow down and our concentration increases. This helps us in understanding and absorbing God's spiritual wisdom clearly. Revise your purpose of studying the wisdom. After meditating, tell yourself that God Himself is going to teach me today. And also remember that this study will make me pure, perfect, full of qualities, and pass. And I need to study with complete mental and physical alertness. Feel a beautiful closeness with God while studying. Also remember and experience God as a loveful parent and teacher while studying His wisdom, which is full of depth and beauty. Absorb God's vibrations and His feelings behind every word. Do not only listen or read, note down the important points of wisdom. When you study spiritual wisdom, it's important to note down the few points of wisdom which you feel you want to revise in the day. Think about deeply and apply in the day's action and interactions. End the spiritual wisdom with thanking God. And after you have finished studying spiritual wisdom, take God's sweet blessings of love. Thank Guruji in your heart and promise him that you will follow everything that he has taught today and will leave his hand anytime in the day. Grace of Almighty, bowing down to the Guruji's feet. I mentioned all this before we started the reading. I think it helps. Page number 197. God is the window. There was a little boy visiting his grandparents on the farm. He was given a slingshot to play with in the woods. He practiced in the woods, but he could never hit the target. Getting a little discouraged, he headed back for dinner. As he was walking back, he saw Grandma's pet duck. Just out of the impulse, he let the slingshot fly, hit the duck square in the head, and it killed it. He was shocked and grieved. In a panic, he hit the duck in the wood pile, only to see his sister watching Sally and only, I repeat, only to see his sister watching. Sally had seen it all, but she said nothing. After the lunch, the next day, the grandma said, Sally, let's wash the dishes. But Sally said, Grandma, Johnny told me he wanted to help you into the kitchen. When she whispered to him, remember the duck. So the Johnny did all the dishes. Later that day, Grandma asked if the children wanted to go fishing, and the grandma said, "I'm sorry, but I need Sally to help me to make supper." Sally just smiled and said, "Well, that's all right because Johnny told me he wanted to help." She whispered again, "Remember the duck." So Sally went fishing and Johnny stayed to help. After several days of Johnny doing both his squires and Sally's, he finally couldn't stand it any longer. He came to the grandma and confessed that he had killed the duck. Grandma knelt down, gave him a hug, and said, "Sweetheart, I know. You see, I was standing at the window and I saw the whole thing, but because I love you, I forgave you. I was wondering how you would let Sally make a slave of you. I was wondering how long you would let Sally make you a slave of you." Thought for the day and every day thereafter. Whatever is your past, whatever you have done, and the devil keeps throwing it up in your face: lying, cheating, debt, fear, bad habits, hatred, anger, bitterness, and etc. Whatever it is, you need to know that God was standing at the window and he saw the whole thing. He has seen your whole life. He wants you to know that he loves you and that you are forgiven. He's just wondering how long you will let the devil make a slave of you. The great thing about God is that when you ask forgiveness, he not only forgives you, but he forgets. It's by God's grace and mercy that we are all saved always, and remember, God is at the window. Yes, God is always watching us like the grandma. And forgiveness is nothing more than a pious prayer. And forgetting is more. If forgiveness is there, forgetting comes automatically. And you should forget everybody, every person, and pardon them. That is the beautiful thoughts that comes in the life. Page 199. On 198, the beautiful Sarup of Guruji with a striped, beautiful t-shirt, which he always loved wearing striped t-shirts. His grace is sufficient. Guruji's grace is sufficient. That's why he says we should always be gracious. I don't know calculation of days, months, years. Lord bless you forever, forever. Guruji said, one who learns from everyone is wise. One who has control over his desires is powerful. One who respects others is worthy of being respected only from what he has. The one who is happy is the one who is really rich. We don't require money or precious houses or big cars or anything to be happy. Happiness is within us. So be happy, inculcate happiness within you, and you'll be always positive minded and your thoughts will be always positive. That's why to the world for your pain. Don't blame. Explain your mind. Change of mind is the end of your sorrows. The rest of the back should always be kept strong. Because praise and betrayal both come from behind. Guruji, you have brought me to the beginning of the new day. As the world is renewed, fresh and clean, so I ask you to renew my heart with your strength and purpose. Forgive me the errors of yesterday. Bless me to walk closer in your way today. This is the day I begin my new life. Shine through me so that every person I meet may feel your presence in me. Take my hand, precious Lord, for I cannot make it myself. This is the prayer to Guruji. Page 200. Love knows no loss. Yes. Guruji, the greatest master, says in love, no sacrifice is too great. Love means total effacement. Kabira says, the lane of love is so narrow that it cannot contain two. If I am, he is not. He further says, if you wish to enter the lane of love, cut off your head and put it on your hand and then enter this lane. Master says, this is not clear. It means that no sacrifice is too great for a lover. The great masters explained. A sevadar asked, what is sacrifice? A lover has to sacrifice everything, his body, his mind, his possessions, at the altar of love, said the master. Sivadar asked, but how, sir? Assume that you're sitting in meditation. If you were to stop meditating as soon as your limbs begin to ache as the result of the withdrawal of the soul current from the body, you would not be acting like a true lover. A true lover would suffer every kind of pain in order to make a glimpse of the Lord. Assume that you love riches. the doors of the heaven would not have opened up for you. Love of the Lord should supersede all other loves in your heart. True love consumes all impurities and cleanliness, the chamber of the heart, for the entry of the Lord. Selfless love and devotion is the ladder that takes you straight to the palace where the beloved Lord resides. Love knows no law, nor there is any bargaining or account keeping in connection with it. Giving is the only antidote to greed. When you give, it's liberally like you are releasing the negative toxins from your soul. Like you are breaking up the hard shell of selfishness and greed that threatens to encase your heart. It's more blessed to give than to receive. Giving back makes you happier person. Tulsi Sab, listen to my words, O Kaki. Stay focused on your Sadguru who had witnessed you. Do not forget this path if you want to see the splendor of your beloved. His grace will guide you into his very presence, free from all dangers or fears along the way, so directly to your destinations. Very well said. Because the Guru has revealed his instructions to you. Rumi, Shams, Masur, Sarmad have arrived right on the path, and with firm determination, they reach their goal. Hard work is the way to the goal of love, but it's not difficult to go there. The one who solves difficulties is with you. You have given and has given you a hand. I repeat, the one who solves difficulties is with you and has given you a hand. That is the Almighty, our Guru. Tulsi says, listen to the inner secret indifferent from anything that you ever know before. Keep it safe in your heart, for it focuses you on the most high grace of Almighty going down. He says, it's very true. Love has no laws. It's leaps and bounds. The more we give, the more we get. It is the law of cause and effect, which we get it back. It's like an echo in the mountains. The louder we say, the louder it comes back to us. Yes. And it's like the water flowing in the river. It just flows and it never comes back. So be like the flowing water. Distribute your love. What Guruji has given us, what Guruji has taught us, without any hesitation, selfless dedication. मन में कुछ भी नहीं रखो, क्या आपको मिलेगा, क्या नहीं मिलेगा। जो मिलेगा बहुत अच्छा मिलेगा, क्योंकि जो हम प्यार देते हैं वो प्यार, it goes into the atmosphere, into the cosmos, and it comes back to you in abundance in whichever way it comes. So don't close the tap of your heart. Just let the tap open and let the water flow and let it fill into the world where we all are living. Everything in this world wants love. Patte, trees, when you go and hug a tree, what good vibrations you get from the tree. And it gives you, that is the law of the nature. Everything is lovable in this world, whether the animals, the trees, the human beings. So don't hesitate in giving love to anybody. All the four chambers of your heart should be love, filled with love and love and love. Page number 202. Spiritual heritage. Is separation necessary? It is very, very necessary. We cannot even gauge our love and devotion without physical separation. We can never know how much we miss our Guru, love him, how much we are involved in the worldly attachments, and how much we actually love our Guru, unless we have physical separation. Get connected to your Guruji through meditation. Just meditate on the third eye between the brows, that is the pituitary gland, which gives energy and signs to the whole body. The whole body is living on the stabilized on the pituitary gland of between the eyes. Just focus on that. Keep your Guru's picture on the third eye and just meditate on that. Each and every cell of your body will be charged with Guru. एक शब्द था कि जिन्ने मेरे रोमन उतनिया मैंने जीवा दे मेरे मालिका, कि मैं उतनी जीवा ना तेरा शुक्र कर. So when we meditate and we remember our Guru, जितने भी हमारे रोम हैं, हर रोम में से गुरु की आवाज निकली. I was reading somewhere, Arjun loved Lord Krishna that much. He was sleeping and every room, everything was singing and gratitude to Lord Krishna. Even Lord Krishna was surprised to see him, how much he loves it. So give that unconditional love to your Guru. In the presence of the Guru, we always feel we love him, because there is nothing else to pull us aside. We are always charged with his love and devotion. But how much depth it has. We get an opportunity to know when we are absolutely engrossed in the worldly activities, worldly possession, and worldly love. In the if in that atmosphere we still miss him, we still have the devotion for him, and we are yearning for his physical form, then we know that we really love him. If we forget him when he is out of sight, you can imagine how much the depth of that love is. Love is a gift from the Lord. Unless Lord wishes, we can never think about him. Unless he pulls us towards himself, we can never search for him at all. We think we are loving the Lord. We think we are finding the Lord. Actually, he is the one who is pulling us from within, giving us facilities, opportunities, environments, greetings, all the atmosphere within us so that we can think about the Lord and try to make a search to go back to the Father. Our ultimate home is the Father. He is the one who gives all that to us. Without him, we can never think about the Father at all. So it is the gift given to us by him. We are nothing without his grace. Grace Almighty, going down to Guruji's lotus feet. Yes, it is very sure. It is he who gives us the motivation and pull towards him. Without his grace, we cannot do anything in the world. We cannot think about him also. If his love is there, our dhyan is always with the Lord. Our love is there, his grace is there, we are there. We are nothing without us. So Guruji, always be gracious to your Sangat who loves you so much. Hold the hand and take them to the right path. अगर वो right path पे हाथ पकड़ के नहीं जाते तो कान पकड़ के ले जाओ. That is how sometimes the small children are. When I was in school, तो कान ही पकड़े जाते थे. आजकल you cannot touch the children. But when we were there, कान पकड़ के टीचर ले जाती होती थी. And the parents, we never went and reported कि हमारा कान खींचा गया. And nothing was there. It was only between the student and the master. It is between the guru and the disciple. It is his wish how he teaches you. If we are a good student, हाथ पकड़ के ले जाता है. If we are little notorious, कान पकड़ के ले, पर ले जरूर जाते हैं आपको. There is no two ways about it. Jai Guruji. Page 203. Who is completely independent? A rich man was once interviewed on an Israel TV program. He was asked if there had ever been an incident that surprised him a lot. He said yes. On one of my many trips around the world, a man had shocked him with his unwavering faith. He began to cry. Once I was walking in the streets of Ayodhya in India when I saw a man sitting under a tree outside the hospital, and I saw that both his hands were joined together and his eyes were closed. His condition attracted me towards him. When I went to the man out of curiosity, I found tears streaming down his eyes and he was completely immersed in prayer. I waited patiently until he had done with his prayers. Then I asked him why he was so upset and sad. He said, I urgently require 1 lakh for my wife who is in the hospital. I asked, is that the reason you were praying so diligently? The man nodded his head and yes. Incidentally, I had 1 lakh with me. So at that time, so I counted the money and gave it to him. Instead, thanking me first, he immediately bowed down with his eyes closed to thank the Lord. After that, he stood up and thanked me too. I was impressed by his attitude of the person. I gave him my personal card, which contained my personal email address. I told him, anytime you need anything, you can call me directly and help will reach. But I was shocked when he turned down my offer. The interviewer was also surprised to hear this and asked, will you tell us why he declined your offer? The billionaire said, hearing that man's reason changed my whole outlook in life. Hearing the interviewer's enthusiasm turned to restless, and he said, please tell us, what did he say that changed your life? The billionaire replied, hearing the man's reason changed me whole outlook on my life. Hearing this, the interviewer's enthusiasm turned into restless, and he said, please tell us, what did he say and that changed your life? The billionaire went on to say that the person told me, thank you so much for giving me your personal phone number and email address. But whenever I need money or anything else in my life, I will not call you. I will always call upon my God in my heart, who has just sent you. His faith on his God shattered my existential ego at pieces in an instant. Do not allow any person to play the role of your inner power or your inner soul in your life. Always have faith in your inner power or inner soul, because that is the giver and the controller and always will be. We will live our life by connecting with the deity, the higher soul within our heart. And then we will never feel ourselves to be subordinate to anyone and will be able to live our life with complete freedom, independence in plus dependence. He who is dependent on his inner self, the higher self, is truly independent. Meditation, our consciousness moves towards our innermost self and the center of our existence. United we stand, divided we fall. All of us in this world are individuals with different personalities and viewpoints, but yet there are certain points of truth on which we all agree. One of them is that the world should be full of peace and love. Another point of truth is that God is the one and the supreme. Also, if there is someone who can unite us as one family in this world, is the only power of God which can do it. Yes, I fully agree with it. It is our Guruji who has made such a huge family of his and has united us. Whoever it is, whether it is no caste, no creed, it's only Guruji's disciple, Guruji's sevadar, and we are all united. अच्छा, आप गुरुजी को जानते हैं? गुरुजी गुरुजी के पास जाते हैं और मैं भी गुरुजी के पास जाता हूँ. अरे आज से तू मेरी गुरु बहन हुई, गुरु भाई हुए. So does the love and compassion comes out from within us in the name of Guruji, because he has the power, he has the grace which he has inculcated, that love within our sevadars. We are all one. We are not two people. We are all the Guruji's sevadar, Guruji's disciples, Guruji's lovers, Guruji's one. We are not two. दो नहीं है, एक ही है. एक और एक 11 होते हैं, पर हम 11 भी नहीं है, हम एक ही है. Because Guruji is a very strong thread, which हम सब उनके मूर्ति साथ 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 जुड़े हुए हैं और बड़ी सुंदर गुरु की माला बने हुए हैं, जो हम एक दूसरे के गले में डालते हैं और हम उनके हो जाते हैं. Lastly, the world once upon a time was united family, which got broken into pieces and was divided by religion, caste, language, national differences. The world today is divided into a big way. In the same cases, the people of one country dislike people of another country, and it is the same cases with people of different castes, but of the same nationality, quarrel over many issues. United we stand, divided we fall. Famous quote of the unit. First of all, remember my family of parents, siblings, and all other relationships is a temporary connection. My permanent connection, my closest and every birth relationship is with God in every birth. I get new loved ones, but God does not change. So my family changes many times. My physical mother, father changed many times, but my eternal mother and father, the spiritual parent, God is always the same. This is the same with every human being in the world. Also, God is the one who knows me and my every birth and the best. Guru Ji ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਸਨ, ਉਹ ਦੀਵਾਰ ਦੇ ਇਸ ਪਾਸੇ ਕੀ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਦੀਵਾਰ ਦੇ ਉਸ ਪਾਸੇ ਕੀ ਹੈ, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੈ ਨਾ. That means what we did in our previous birth and what we will be next in our next birth, he knows. He knows our yesterday, he knows our present, and he knows our future. God is the only one who knows me and my birth and the best. So for me to become a source of love for others, I need to take a step of giving God an important place in my life. Remember, 8 billion sources of love, when created, will make the world united as one. Yes, it is the love which has united everybody. I don't like politics, but I would like to mention, please off the recording. I like Narendra Modi, sir, very much. And he must, how he has made us, made the world united. And I was reading the other day Shashi Thomas' speech also, that he says what I said about Modi sir, not including the Muslim countries, but today I take back my words, I withdraw them. He has united the whole world in G8. Jai Guruji. My last page, 205. Be easy, not busy. We routinely use the vocabulary, I am very busy, I have no time. This mindset doesn't let us manage time. We overcommit and underdeliver in every area of our life. The turbulent energy of the word busy conveys that we are not available to enjoy life's moment. Busyness makes us stress about saving time, wasting time, and continuously being into action. Just saying busy, 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 even if our schedule permits few hours of pleasure, we won't utilize it to care for ourselves or others. We don't meet people, we call them. We don't listen to them, we speak. We don't connect, we just remain in contact. Today, we have more responsibilities, more pressures, more expectations, more need, not being busy. We can work 16 hours a day remaining calm and happy. Let's start saying, I'm easy. I have time for everything. And the relaxed energy of the world easy keeps us focused and efficient. Then we won't want time. We will have time. We come across professionals or housewives who have 14 hours a day remaining easy. We all meet school kids who say, I am busy. Yeah. Today, the energy of being busy is in the air. Why we consume and add it to our vocabulary. We radiate a message of having too much to manage and that we are not available for people being easy or busy indicate opposite states of their mind. Your mind, sorry. This have nothing to do with the amount of work you do. Replace busy with easy and see the difference it makes in your emotional health. You will have no longer hurry yourself or other people to create panic. You will go with the flow instead of resisting unexpected situations. You radiate vibrations of peace to your mind, health to your body, harmony to your relationships, and happiness to the environment. Grace Almighty going down to Guruji's lotus feet. It is true that we are always busy. Take out some time for everything in life. Like we have a timetable of a school, we should have a timetable of a life, even from day to day basis. There are 24 hours in a day. 24 minutes can be given to our Almighty Guruji. 10 minutes सुबह दो, 10 minutes सोने से पहले दो, 2-3 minutes when you are fed up with your office work and you close your eyes. Remember him. And each cell of your body will be rejuvenated with vigor, happiness, and everything in the world. It is Guruji who is our soul. He is the one who is on the path with us always. Once a man was walking and he said, God, you were with me. I could see another 2 footsteps. When I turned back and looked back, there were 4 footsteps. But later on, there were only 2 footsteps. Where were you when I was walking and I needed you more? Then the Lord says, the footsteps which you could see were not yours, were with mine. When you were in pain and agony and stress, then I carried you in my arms and took you. Just look back and see the footsteps. 2 footsteps are deeper. दबे हुए पैर हैं, मिट्टी ज्यादा दबी हुई है क्योंकि मैंने आपको उठाया हुआ है. Your weight and my weight has pressed the soil more than that. The impression of the soil is more deeper. This is way how our Guruji is, and he's always with us. Jai Guruji.
Thank you, Kamlesh Aunty, for the beautiful and blissful reading. I'm sure the whole Sangat is blessed, and we have learned a lot from this book. Now we will do mantra jap and take agya from our Pyare Guruji Maharaj. Jai Guruji Sangat ji. Please start the mantra jap.